Well, I don't know what we're going to do today, marketing wise, so I'm going to start by taking questions. I also need to sort out my notebooks. It's rubbish.
Well, I'm trying to work on that. I'm working on that 100-day thing, and I'm going to listen to your training again before I actually ask the question and get it, see if you'll clarify it. But I'm struggling a little bit with who actually to put on the list and who not to, and I've commented on a lot of them, and nobody yet has ever replied to me once.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
the same. It's the same for me. But are you writing those people down so you can contact them again?
Yes, but I didn't know if I was supposed to write them down unless they contacted me again.
No, just write them down because um, so what happens, Tommy, is it's like you see you might see an ad on television for something you really want, right? But then you get busy, so you never get you go, what was that thing again? Even though you like really want it. And
Yeah.
when it comes to what we're doing, they're not really desperate to speak to you, to be honest, right? Or
Yeah.
me or
Right.
anybody, right? So you're just looking for somebody that you think might is in your target audience, and then even better if you can, somebody that might be good to work with. That's all
Yeah.
you're looking for. And then you go like and or share and or comment, and then you write their name on a list. Now, the reason for doing that is even if they're desperate to speak to you, they might see Tommy Lawhorn. He looks like a cool guy. He's doing some trading thing. I'm interested in that. And then they go and get busy, right? So what works is the consistency. And that's why you write their name on a list. So you can
Yeah.
every day or every couple of days, you can go, right, Leanne Darius Thubelain, right? I need to go and like and or share and or comment on some of his stuff
Yeah.
because I want him to see me again. That
Okay.
makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that'll help. Yeah. Um, another since there's nobody here but you and me and
No,
Eric,
well, that's
point,
what this is for.
what about and I'm sure this is on the training again, so I really may be premature in asking this, but which, a lot of the people that I see on like Eric Worre and people are people who are obviously doing very, very well. I mean, you see some bad ones, but you don't fool with the ones that are like master trainer or, somebody that looks like they really got it all together. Do you fool with those people?
Yes, because most of it is BS.
Oh, it is.
How many times do you see earn with Eric, right? Get wealthy with Paul, you know? What do you
Yeah.
do? Well, I help network marketers reach their goals. Fantastic. So are you full time? What network marketing business are you in? Oh, well, I work an hour a day after my job at the bar. You know, you see it all the time. And it's like
Yeah.
a lot of people, they will tell you they want to help people, right? So, I mean, I trained up at Paul Lynch's thing years ago, and there was this old guy there. He's not recruited a soul, right? And we had to write a script or something like that for this training. And he put, let me help you, and I said to him, you've not recruited anybody. How can you help me? It's like,
Well, Paul Lynch could help you by relieving you of some of your money,
yeah, well,
but
that's true. Yeah, we come to learn that. But he never used to be like that. So I don't know what went on there. But oh, Eric's disappeared. Right. So what was I saying? So yeah, you've got to be able to help yourself before you can help other people. And it's a bit
yeah.
like if you go, let's supposing you came to England and I said, oh, Tom, you're coming to England. I'll get you a tour guide, right? They'll meet you at the airport. And you get to the airport and there's this Chinese fella there holding a sign, Tommy Lawhorn, right? And it's like, who are you? I'm your guide, you know? And it's like,
Yeah.
so you live in England? No, I just got yesterday. And that's the way I see these people that are like earn with Eric, wealthy with Paul. let me help you. And it's all that. Well, I'll help you. And it's like, well, how? You've not recruited anybody yourself yet.
Yeah.
I didn't start like that. I just worked bloody hard. I
Yeah.
learned everything. That's what I was just saying, that I learned, I implemented it. Some of it worked, some of it didn't.
Hey, Laura.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
So
Yeah.
I'm happy to just to answer questions if you want today, or go over anything. So Tommy's asked a couple of good ones. Is that where you want what you wanted to know, Tommy?
Yes. Yes. I
If it
just
helps,
need to,
look, I'm only up to number 49 on my 100 list.
yeah, I've got 11, but
Yeah,
I
fine.
I could put more down, but I just have not been putting down those people who said they were like super duper doo-doo scoopers, that I just skip by them and putting down people that seem to be just starting. So
Yeah.
I'll change that.
So I would put them on your list. Now, if you speak to them, what do we know about network hire? He's back. I thought you couldn't take the heat. I thought you were
I had to
Say that
reboot.
again.
Between me and Nicole, we got like 100 tabs open, so I had to reboot. I'm sorry, I lost all your stuff on here.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I
Do it
deleted
again.
all your, yeah, that happens to me. Right. So it sounds like we're just answering questions a bit today, which is
Okay.
cool. So chip in as and when if you want to. So the thing is, what do we know about network marketers, Tommy?
Well, the ones that aren't doing well, which from what you're saying is almost all of them, uh, they need more people and more money and more leads and a better system.
Okay. And even if they are successful, do you know any successful person that doesn't want to make more money?
No,
So you never know. So you never know.
yeah.
Now, what
Actually,
might
I
happen?
I guess there probably are some because,
Yeah,
if I get up to 30 or 40 grand a month, I'm really not going to care that you have anything new. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
there is that they don't need it. So often with successful people, they might tell you, yeah, they'll join, and then they don't do anything. But what have you lost? And you never know.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's just magic catching people. The most important thing is you made a connection.
yeah,
Eric's way better at this than me. Eric can call on somebody that he spoke to like 4 or 5 years ago. Eric is very good at keeping
I
connections going.
just all I do is put myself. I don't know. I just decided one day that I don't care what they are. I don't care if they're a billionaire. I'm going to talk to them like I talk to Joe down the street. And I think they appreciate that.
Yeah,
And so, there's nothing to be intimidated about. And I find people who are successful are sometimes a lot easier to talk to than people who aren't. They're the ones that are constantly complaining, playing victim. A successful person if you can spark their attention, you might have a very successful guy in network marketing, but you know what? He might be working to maintain that network. He may be working hours and hours and hours. And if you can show him a way, he can spend 15, 20 minutes in the morning or in the evening and, use the software to trade. And, he goes, oh, wow, you know what I mean? This is crazy. You're telling me I can come in here and spend an extra 30, 45 minutes a day and generate an income through trading. Um, yeah. Let's get started. Where do and
yeah.
typically people who've had any type of success also aren't the type of people who they're going to hit the ground running. You send them to a training, they're not going to, you don't have to chase them 3 weeks later and say, did you go through that? They're going to take the initiative and they're going to get it done. So, I mean, look at you, Tommy. I mean, you got how many people have joined, Jifu that have time, have them, they're, whatever. Here you are, brand new to the online world, internet world, brand new to trading, and you just flew through everything. You just, boom, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? And you're trading when you have people that have been learning to trade for the last 2 years and they still haven't even gone through am I right, Paul? They still haven't even
There was
gone
a
through all
guy.
the
There was a
training.
guy in IM Academy. I won't say it is. 3 years in. How you doing? How you doing? I used to check in with him sometimes. Well, I'm still new to this, as you know. 3 years in, not placed a single live trade. Right.
Yeah, yeah, I remember the guy, and I won't call his name. His initials
Yeah.
are MH. That he had been on a demo account for 14 years, and
The,
still didn't know enough to place a live trade.
the the other thing as well with like what Eric was saying. So let's supposing you do talk to somebody who is successful and they might flex on you a little bit. And yeah, no, I've been on the stage and I've been on the magazine and I've done this and I've got a car and I've got this, whatever. I've got a toilet, I've got a window made from glass and everything, and all that stuff. But you might be able to connect them with Lorian West or Jason Hull or whoever. And sometimes that's how it works. Sometimes you're just the middleman. Sometimes you're
Yeah,
like, hey, you want to speak to Lorian West because they've made like multiple millions. You don't want to talk to me. You want to talk to them. And that's
Well, an
how it
example of that, right, Paul, is my one of my old business partners, Ray Dietrich. Ray went off, left he's like, I'm done. He's like, we did networking together and businesses like Paul and I do. And he had had enough. He's like, we had a little agency for a while and he's like, I'm out. And he was a police officer for like 20 years and he decided to put together an entire social media platform, around all that stuff. So nothing business or make money from home. And really good at advertising. And he ended up, I mean, he's built a very successful company, matter of fact, I think he just sold 50% of this company. Super successful company. Reaches out to me out of nowhere the other day, says, "Hey, you and Paul still trading, right? And you do the gold still." I said, "Yeah, I do the gold. I'm not as trading as much as I was, but yeah." I said, "But yeah, we're in the Jifu deal with Michael Martin." He knows Michael Martin. He goes, "Yeah, I think it's time for me, man. I'm thinking about selling the other part of my company. I'm getting kind of burnt out, and I think it's time for me to get plugged into trading." And before he tried it, but he didn't do it right. He was taking all these risks. He lost money, and he's like, "I just need a good tool. I know you guys set them up. I need something that's conservative, something that will keep me in check, so I don't make a bunch of mistakes or do." And I said, "Oh, then you need to get on with these guys and find out what they've got going on." And I think he just signed up. What, he just signed up a few days ago,
yesterday.
Paul?
Yes, I do.
So
Yesterday.
perfect
Yeah.
example of a guy I'd never even think to ask, "Oh, you want to start trading?" Because I know he's got a super successful business,
Yeah.
So if I was in promoting the trading thing more, I just ask people because it's different. It's different than a network marketing deal. They're used to getting hit with this, that, and the other. They're not typically, most people are not, unless they tried the trading earlier for some reason. Most people haven't, they're just like, "Well, what do you mean trading? What stocks, they
I
don't
heard it's
know.
risky. Yeah.
What is it? Is it risky? Is it no? Why don't you can check everything out for free with us? Have you ever thought about trading? I mean, you can even set up a dummy account and practice it. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I would be super aggressive and just asking people in a very general way, "Hey, you ever
Are you
thought about
trading?
trading?
I used to
Have
do. Yeah. Are you trading? Do you trade?
Yeah, are you trading?"
Yeah.
Simple.
yeah,
Let's be
yeah.
honest. The average person in network marketing doesn't make as much money as they want. What if you could take it and multiply it? What are you listening to, Helen?
Sorry? Oh, sorry. Can you? Oh,
Yeah. It's all right. It's
my
fine.
apologies. I didn't realise you could hear the television in the background. Sorry.
We could hear some sounded a bit
Sorry, I was
dodgy.
just going to ask a quick question, which is where do
Yeah.
you find them in the first place, Eric?
Oh, well, I mean, what we've talked about before, getting involved in different Facebook groups. If we're talking social media, make money from home, anything. And it doesn't even have to be, if you think about it with trading, it doesn't have to be even make money from home or network marketing groups. It could just be sort of a local group. It could be a Christian-based group. It could be a bunch of real estate agents. I mean, at the end of the day, if you plug in and you get involved and you just start connecting, reaching out, engaging on their content, and then just spark up a conversation. You know what I mean? I mean, it's so people are everywhere. You know what I mean? There's literally, I could sit here right now and just go through my personal friends list. How many personal, even if you don't know them, they're still a friend of yours on Facebook. I mean, you could just, that's another thing I had done in the past one time. I sat down, this was years back, and I was like, man, I have thousands of friends on Facebook. I don't even know these people. I don't even know who these people are, and I just reached out to every one of them, and I just said, hey, we're friends on Facebook, and I'm not sure how the world we connected, and not all of them responded, but I had hundreds of people respond back. Oh yeah, I'm not sure how we became friends, and because they were probably doing the same thing I was. Then they were just trying to create friends and add friends because that's what they were taught to do to grow and build their business. So it opened up, literally just doing that opened up hundreds of conversations for me just by reaching out to my friends on my friend list and saying, hey, how did we become friends? I looked at your thing. I can't remember how we became friends. Oh, let me look. Well, who are you? Oh, yeah, I'm not sure either. I ended up doing a lot of business just with that strategy. I took like 3 or 4 days and did that. This was 7, 8 years ago. I remember doing that, sitting down and doing that. So think about that. How many friends do you have right now on your friends list on Facebook that you've never had a chat with or spoke to?
Yeah, I'm doing that too. That's in fact the DM portion of the 100-day thing I got from you guys. It says 5, but I'm doing more than 5 a day. And what I did is just had Chat GTP. I wrote what I wanted to say and let it say it better. And
It's
I
cheating.
just go down the line posting it, and it seemed like it was to no avail for a while, and then suddenly 2 people are sort of interested. So, you know,
And that's how it works. It's always slow and messy at first. But Helen, I did a training last week. I've got it on a page. I'll send it to you again. But look, Eric Worre, who follows Eric Worre? What sort of people? Network
I did.
marketers, my target audience. Out of 2.4 million people, do you think I could find 2 people? Most network marketing deals, 2 people. 4 in Jiffy. Do you think I could find 4 people, right, that would want to trade or whatever to get it for free? And then you just come down, and this is what I do. This one wasn't it? There are 69 comments on this one. So they've all got to be my target audience. This is his page, by the way. So what I do is I click on the comments, I go all comments, I look down the list and I go Shireen Campbell, right click, open link in new tab. Nancy Curtis, right click, open link in new tab. Lucy Doo, whatever that is, open link in new tab. Right click, open link in new tab. Lubna Ambreen, right click, open link in new tab. Right, now I won't do them all now because what I'll look at is, right, I don't speak Russian, I think that is, or Ukrainian or whatever. So I'm not going to right click, open link in new tab because there seems to be a little point. And the more you do, you start to develop like a sixth sense. Anybody without a profile picture, don't bother, tell you now, waste of time. Right. Again,
Anybody that what?
anybody without a profile picture, if they've got a picture of their
Oh,
dog
okay. I
or
got you.
a symbol, just it's just no, just don't even go there. I'll save you. I've just saved you a ton of time, right? Don't even go near those people. And then all you do is you go, right, let's look a bit more in depth at Shireen. Okay, 40 days. Okay, lock in your seats. Well, she seems, on the first glance, she seems good, doesn't she? Momentum. We all like momentum. Educators, go-getters, they're the sort of people I like. Additional income. Okay, ease financial stress. I'm going to like that legitimately, right? I'm not doing anything I wouldn't normally do. Thanks. So when I like, Facebook have gone to Shireen and said, Paul Turner, like your post. And she's going, who the hell is Paul Turner? Then I've commented, she's going, who the hell is Paul Turner? Guess what? She's probably going to come and have a look at who Paul Turner is. Now, I've not sent a friend request. I'm not chatting to her. It's the way I like to work. Some people teach you a bit more aggressively. Send a friend request, message her. But if we're not friends and I send a message, she's not going to see it anyway. It goes into the other folder. So that's all I do. So Shireen goes on my 100 list. And the
What
reason
about when you go to a
that,
page that they've not commented on any or posted anything about their so-called, I mean, you get them off Eric Worre and then you get over to their page and it's just, there's nothing about network marketing.
yeah.
Do you,
So,
you,
oh, don't
you
worry if
skip?
there's nothing about network marketing. Don't worry if there's nothing on their page about network marketing. They're probably one of those, oh, I really want to be successful and make a load of money, but I don't want anybody to know I'm doing it.
Okay, that's what I thought, but
Yeah. welcome to the team. New travel. Oh, she's in the travel business, right? So there you go. So, we can talk about that if she comes to me. She may or may not come to me. Now, if they
So
haven't
you
put
wait for them to
anything
come back
on
to you.
if they've not put anything on about network marketing, Tommy, it might be that they don't want anybody to know they're doing it. They might be one of those secret agent network marketers. But why are they following Eric Worre?
Yeah, that was confusing to me. And I didn't know if they were worth following up with or posting on their site or not. I don't mean following up with, but liking and commenting.
Well, can I say this as well? I've been doing it a long time with gaps in between, because if you do it for ages, you do kind of get a bit fed up of doing it and you're always getting messages. I got burnt out with it, right? But I'm enjoying it again. Actually, should be fun, right? But you can't expect to be as good as me or Eric because we've been doing it like 15 years.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
only
I
way you
know that.
get good at it is by doing it and get messy. And
I know that.
I mean, this is a
You're a
mess.
genius, and everybody knows Eric. What I've just decided.
Yeah. Do you think he
uh,
was
you
born
know.
that way, though? Do you think there was a moment in the world where everybody was like going about their daily business and they're going, Eric Green's just been born?
Yeah, even the guy that wrote The Art of the Connection, he knew exactly who Eric was. Said he
Yeah.
was a great human being. I said, well, you just don't know him.
Oh, you don't really know him, yeah. Does that answer your question, Helen? Where you find him? Eric Worre, Todd Falcone, Grant Cardone, Alex Hormozy, Sarah Robbins. Just go into ChatGPT, give me a list of the top network marketers and people network marketers would follow. Go and find them on Facebook, and you want to target. There's no point trying to contact 2.4 million people, even if you could, because they're not all active. That's why I like to use the comments and things like that, and the people that like posts and stuff. So then the reason why I put her name on the list is she doesn't know me from that. She might go, I better check that Paul Turner guy out, get busy, not do it. But guess what? Come Thursday, I'll be going down my list here going, Shireen Campbell. Who was Shireen Campbell? And I'll go and I will see if she's messaged me, and I'll do the same again. I'll like and or share and or comment on some of her stuff. And then
Yeah.
Facebook will show my stuff to her more because I've engaged with her. So I
Yeah.
do what I've just shown you, I do that and I go back and I do my liking and sharing and commenting. Then I might put a post on about business. So Facebook are more likely to show that to these people.
Yeah. Something else that occurred to me this morning, I don't know what you and Eric would think about it, but I do the Facebook ads for Jifu, and when people respond and get on my mini chat, um, I have their name obviously. I wonder if I should go to Facebook and find their page and comment and like some of their
100% you should do
stuff
that.
too, and add them to my
100,
list because obviously they're.
yeah.
Is that a good idea?
110% yes.
Okay.
Because you're paying for the ad, so you're paying for the lead, so you want to get the most out of it as you can. So me and
Yeah.
Eric used to get people's emails, and we'd paste the email into Facebook search, and if that's the same email that they've used to sign up for Facebook with, you could find them that way. And we used to do that,
Yeah.
and then we would like and or share and or
Thought that
comment.
might be a good idea, but I didn't know for sure.
Oh, it absolutely is, because it's multiple exposures. In an ideal world, you'd have people seeing you on YouTube and Facebook and getting emails from you, and you'd be chatting to them, and Instagram if you got it. That's in an ideal world. TikTok, ideal world, right? It's hard to. I find it hard to manage multiple things, and I've even like using the software and that it sends stuff out. That's great, but I don't go and interact and engage on the other platforms as much. So for me personally, Eric with TikTok, Eric went and killed TikTok way more than me because he would go and engage with people. I'm still sticking with Facebook because I'm a dinosaur, but working.
I do Facebook, but that reminds me of another question. And Laura, you and Helen can tell me to be quiet and not talk so much if you want to jump in here. But on the YouTube posts, do you post like the things that you've been creating for Facebook? Do you post the same thing on YouTube?
What me? Sorry, yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
or Eric.
Let me see if we've got an example. Um, You want to do,
I've not been doing that. I've just been doing Facebook.
yeah, get it on Facebook as well. Why would you not? You've made the effort to do it, so why would you not want to put it in as many places as you can?
I would take all your content that you've already done and start adding it all to YouTube.
Ah,
I mean, it's another hunting ground. Why would you not? It's you've already done the work once, make it work for you multiple places.
right.
Absolutely. I mean, you take that content too, and Pinterest, you can post pictures and videos. You could open up a Pinterest account, you could open up, YouTube, you could open up Twitter. I mean, any of these social media accounts, you're able to upload your content. So, why not? You built it.
Yeah.
But I definitely do YouTube and Facebook. Those are the must for
So
sure.
Yeah.
So what I normally do, and I broke the rules on this one as an experiment, right? But you see here, I've shared my YouTube video. So this is the YouTube video I did today, how to follow up in your network marketing business, my proven script and strategy, right? And I shared it from YouTube. That won't get as much engagement. Do you know why?
Yeah, they don't want you to direct people off the page, is what
Yeah.
I've understood.
So because it's a link that takes you out of Facebook and over to YouTube or anywhere else, Facebook aren't likely to show it to as many people. But I wanted to do it as an experiment, right? But what I would normally do, so that video here, it's on my computer as a file. I uploaded it to YouTube. I would normally upload it. If you want to know how to follow up, I would normally upload it straight onto Facebook as well. So I'll
Hey,
take the
nice
raw file.
expression.
Sorry?
Nice expression there.
Yeah, that's how I look normally. I think I needed a poo. In your network marketing. There you go, that's better, right? Very rarely. So if you go to my YouTube at The Real Paul Turner, I show you, I recorded myself actually doing the work. So if anyone's interested, watch me do marketing. A great title there. I put hours into that. But if you want, I actually recorded me doing the keyword research, coming up with the idea for the video, and then how I uploaded it all. So if you want to go and see that, you're welcome. But you see, I've only got 3 views on that. This series isn't doing so well. You'd have thought it would do better. What I learned getting to 10K a month, it's not 9 views, 8 views, 3 views. It's all very mediocre. Did I know that before I started? No. How do you know? How do you learn? You just go and freaking do it. So maybe this series isn't worth carrying on like that. But yeah, put your content everywhere you can. So I do my longer video and then I put them all into Opus and then they go in as shorts. Like that one at 547 views, talking about, worried about money. And you learn things like sort of headlines and things like that work best as well. YouTube have taken a lot of focus off shorts lately, for some reason. 609. Now that's trading, you see. Money seems to be popular at the minute, guys, if you're doing videos. AI was hot, and I think it probably still is, but it seems like money's taken over a little bit based on what my results here for my channel. But look, just keep filling it, just keep filling it, just keep filling it. 406. You never know which one's really going to take off. So, and then also we do the masterplanaffiliates.com. And then that video goes as makes a blog post. I ask AI to write me a blog post out of it. And there it is. So we got one video on Facebook, one video on YouTube, a load of shorts from it, and a blog post out of it. And then what was I going to show you on here? Fifth menu. That training that I was talking about, where I actually went through it. Oh, I need to add it. Dashboard, pages. I'll tell you what, appearance. Let's do it this way. Menus. Which one was it? Building networks on Facebook. to menu. Put it at the top. Save menu. Right, so if you go to themasterplanaffiliates.com and you go to the menu, click pages, you've got building networks on Facebook, or themasterplanaffiliates.com/, building networks on Facebook. That's the training that we did last week, because I know some people, Helen hasn't seen it, she was out on safari. But that's me. I actually just go and I think I put about 5 contacts on my list from that, if you want to see it next week. And then Eric as well. If you're chatting to people and you want to show them it, that's partly why I do it. So one of the things that I did, guys, that really helped was, when you're chatting to people, what you're looking for. I'll give you this mentality, right? Darren Little taught us this. If I come and knock on your door, and me and Eric turn up, right? But no, I knock on your door. Let's do it this way. I knock on your door and I go, listen, I know you don't know me, but I'm a fantastic roofer. I'm the best roofer in the world, probably, certainly in the area. All the tools I use are top quality tools. All the materials I use for the roofing are the best, most expensive roofing materials that money can buy. And if you pay me to come and look at your roof, I'll go from end to end, top to bottom. I'll make sure your roof is like the pride of the street. It'll be amazing. I'm sure you're as excited as I am. So when would you like to get started and give me like £1,000? So let's go and get your roof sorted. What are you going to say? What?
Nothing. I'm just going to shut the door.
Yeah, nobody's taken me up on that amazing offer. Well, I'm saddened. I'm going to moan all day that people do nothing. Gosh darn it! All right, these terrible people. They say they want nice roofs, and they're not even willing to get off the backside and do something. So Eric knocks on your door, and you kind of know Eric because everybody knows Eric, because you've seen him on Facebook and you've seen him on YouTube, and maybe you've had a chat in the past. So you invite him in for a coffee while you're having your chat, and Eric notices there's a wet patch on your carpet. So Eric says, "Oh, what's going on there?" And you go, "Oh my, it's a nightmare. Roof leaks. The water comes in from somewhere. It's coming through the ceiling. It's like we can't find where it's coming in, but it's definitely coming in. And then the carpet's all wet. We had to move the sofa. That got ruined. Nightmare." Eric's going to say, "Oh, that sounds like a shame. Tell me more about that. When did it start?" "It's been like it for weeks, Eric. We just can't sort it." Eric's pouring salt on the wound. "Tell me more about it."
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is I know a dry vac guy. I think he could get over here and get that squared away for you, and probably get you a good deal on that too, since he's a good buddy of mine. I've helped him out before, and love to share that. Share his name. How can I? Do you want me to hook you guys up? Yeah, man, let's go ahead and get it done. Well, first of all, let me just find out what's your price range. I mean, I don't even know what this kind of stuff costs. Oh, I've done it in the past. It cost me $500. Really? Well, let me text my friend real quick. Hey, Paul, I got a guy over here. Let me send you some pictures. He doesn't want to pay top price. This is it's a buddy of mine. All right, tell him I'll do it for 350. Does he want to get it done? Hey, man, he'll do it for 350. And then and that's it. And I'm off. Now the same can be if you want to pass along to the next guy. Like you don't have to be the pro. You don't have to be the professional. I loved playing the new person. I mean, I always deferred to the other person to do all the selling and telling for me, not just the video. Because back then we used to get people to a conference call.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing people don't think about, guys, is when you are doing, I learned this early on because I was doing a lot of YouTube stuff. And what I used to do is I realized, first of all, what I did is I never pretended to be something, never pretended to be making all this money. I would show people, I'd be in the car like, man, I'd get in the car and be like, yeah, I just was on a sales appointment and, they didn't buy. So, my sales are crap the last 2 weeks. And, that's why I'm on here trying to make some money, online. I don't know nothing about this stuff, but I'm learning. They told me to do videos. So I'm on here just doing a video. So anyway, I would just be very real and all that, sharing my journey. But what happened is as I started to talk to people, they started to share with me. They're like, oh man, they started to talk to me like they knew me. And I'm like, who are you? Know what I mean? We've never spoke before. Oh, Eric, what's up, man? Oh man, I love your videos. And I'm thinking, you watch my stuff? Really? Like, I don't even like to watch my stuff, you're watching it. And oh yeah, man. And they would actually tell me stories of stuff I did on videos. Like, oh yeah, man, I love that video you did a month ago, when you were at the your son's basketball game at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, man. This is when I kind of transitioned full time. Like, man, I love that because my kids play sports and I wish I could get to those games. I just can't. That's why I'm trying to figure out a way to make money like you have. And and they'll tell you stories. So content is not just about having content out there, but it's also how people get to know you because you think they're not watching, but I promise you,
Oh God,
they
they
are
are.
watching. And you will, as you start to do this and do it consistently, these things are going to happen to you where people are going to just reach out to you, Tommy, or, Laura, you guys, everybody that's doing content and just be like, man, I so relate to you. I just, it's, they're gonna feel like they hit the lottery because they're on a phone call with you or on a Zoom with you. They're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I'm on with Tommy. Oh man, Tommy, I've been watching you for a year, man. It's so awesome to." And I know it sounds crazy, but it's what happens if you just get content out there and just share your story. You don't have. There's no special pitch. I know ChatGPT will give you the perfect thing to say, but at the end of the day, the best thing you can do is just be yourself, share your experiences, good, bad, or indifferent, and just get content out there. That's how people relate to you. That's how they connect with you. And, and that way you're not as stressed out either. If you feel like you have to present yourself a certain way to the audience, that's stressful. If you feel like you can just present you and who you are authentically, like this is me, love me, hate me, make fun of me, it doesn't matter. This is me. That is not stressful because you just turn the camera on and you're you. It's so much easier to do that. Then now I'm not saying don't be smart. You'll learn like because I used to do videos and I'd look back and I go, man, I never did a call to action. That's a great video, but I never told them what to do at the end. So there's basic things. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm getting all these views on the video, but then the person's like, oh, it was a great video, but you never said go to this website, contact me, reach out to me if you need more. I would just spout stuff off and people, I'd get tons of views on it, and I'd be thinking like, and then a marketer would ultimately say, Eric, what are you doing? Like, there's no call to action. I'm like, what's a call to action? He's like, you got to let them know what you want them to do. What's a hook? I didn't know what a hook was. I just started talking. What's a hook? Well, if you're in the woods about to do something, like do something crazy the first 5 seconds, like throw a pine cone or something, or wave your hands or whatever, because it may stop them as they're scrolling through content and they go, oh, who's this guy? Before you start running. So it's those little things that you learn in marketing, but marketing itself is just who's willing to be. I mean, look at these TikTok. I watch these TikTok kids and these people that are making fortunes and they're complete morons.
It's
I'm like,
annoying, isn't
I
it?
need to start just being a moron and going on TikTok and talking about whatever I want to talk about and make a ton of money. So that's what people relate to. They're still, if you can separate yourself from the person because when I first came online, it's funny, one of the first videos I ever did was in a shirt and tie. Because when I did sales, I used to have to put a shirt and tie on. And as you guys can see, if I could look homeless every day, and I do, I will. It was as soon as work, wasn't even 2 minutes and work is off. I'm taking that tie off. I'm actually taking my work shirt off in the car before I head home, putting a t-shirt on. I couldn't stand it. So I do my first video, and a buddy of mine reached out. And I said, hey, man, what do you think about this? I'm going to start marketing online. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, that's not you, man. And I'm like, yeah, but I gotta present myself. I was thinking from a sales mentality. I gotta present myself a certain way. I gotta look a certain way. I gotta speak a certain way. He's like, man, that's not you. And then I just said, you're right. And that was it. And then I came up with the whole digital gangster thing, which was crazy. And I ran with that. But there are a lot of people now, even to this day, I've stopped doing that a while ago, that only know me as the digital gang DG. Paul will tell you, we'll reach out. What's up,
You still
DG?
get it sometimes, don't you? People
All the
know.
time,
Yeah.
from the early days. So it, it's it's not as hard or as complicated. And honestly, with all the AI stuff, we love AI. I love doing all the AI avatars, all the videos and stuff. But really, the reality is get some personal content out there if you can, to me is gold, because you're people are starting to transition away from that all AI. You got to have a mix. You really do. And that's why I think Paul does so well and has done it so extremely well with Facebook, because he's consistent, a lot more consistent on content than I am. Super consistent. And 90% of his stuff, 95, is just the camera, him
It's
talking
me. And
and
I don't
sharing.
do enough hooks and things like that. If you got vidIQ, it has a bill. I think it's if you pay for it, it's only like $10 a month. But vidIQ, you know what? If you haven't got vidIQ, get off the call because you're not serious. If you're not going to buy it after this, you're not serious. It's like $10 a month. It is really good. It has a built-in AI coach, and it will go and look at your videos and tell you what you do wrong. It's brilliant, really is. And I'm not good at call to actions on all my videos and hooks. If you start your
Laura,
video, go
I was
ahead.
going to say Laura is an example to me, because like if you look at Laura, like I typically see Laura if we're on this Tuesday. So that's what I see, right? I don't know a lot about Laura, but now that you've started doing these videos, I can see your universe now that I
Copy
could never
that.
see
Yeah,
before,
go. Yeah.
because of the stuff that you're doing. So I feel like,
Really? That's
and I
good.
love it. I watch the stuff and I'm like, oh, cool. Like I enjoy that, because I'm like, oh, this is who, you know, this isn't Zoom Laura. This is like real life, every day, Laura sharing her experiences and stuff in life. And I think, that makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. So can, applaud you for putting yourself out there and starting to do that, because it will pay you back. You just got to be patient and consistent.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's just, I've only really been marketing for like, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks now, I think, on Facebook. Um, and I was a little bit nervous putting sort of some personal stuff out there. But I asked GPT to help me where it's not so like depressing or whatever, you know what I mean? And they like with Lori's box and stuff, and then the master plan affiliates just kind of combine it, and it's I'm really pleased how it's coming out, where it's just kind of like people can take it to different views that they see, like I know what I'm talking about, and people that know me, like the last one that I put something about life was, something came my way that I didn't expect, blah, blah, blah. And people can take uh, their thoughts on what I'm talking about, but they can relate it to themselves. I didn't really get a lot of views on, I don't think I had a lot of comments on there, but I know it probably will eventually. But people that know me know what I'm talking about, but some people, they can relate that to like, oh, I see what she's saying, and this applies to what I'm going through. So that's kind of what I wanted to do with it, and I hope that it's achieving that. So I don't know.
Are you
Just
putting them
wanted to
on
say.
YouTube as well, Laura?
That one I have to put on there. I didn't put that on yet, but yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm starting
normally,
to
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
But I wanted to also ask you guys. I think we might kind of went through this before, but I want to have like a two separate channels though, right? I want like a YouTube for my Forex, and then I want a YouTube for like the Talk Fusion, right? I don't want to marry them.
Unless you do Laura, who works from home and has multiple income streams,
Okay.
and you do
Okay.
trading
Because
and you do Talk Fusion. Why? Because you get to
yeah,
work with Lauren West, or because you need an income that will happen that you can control, so you can go and trade. Doesn't mean you win every trade, okay? But you also need like nice passive income, and GFU gives me
yeah,
that, and so does working with Lauren West with Talk Fusion. It's plus the tool you can use to promote any business. You see the narrative. And
yeah,
I love what
yeah.
you said that about people being able to relate, but with their circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Milton model in NLP. An actor put it the best. He said he prefers radio than TV or film. He said because if you read in a book, right, and it says the most beautiful woman in the world walks down the stairs, if you're making it on TV or a film, well, there's three guys on here, and we've probably all got a different idea of what the most beautiful woman in the world is, right?
Right.
But if you read it in a book or you hear it on a radio play, the most beautiful woman in the world walks down the stairs, every single person listening has got their own vision,
Mm-hmm.
right, of the most beautiful woman in the world. So rather than say, Lorraine taught me, I used to say a lot, you want to get out your job, you want to quit your job, you want to quit your job. She said to me, I love my job. I don't want to quit my job. Like more money, I'd like to get paid more for it, like a side income. But it's very rewarding what I do. Don't tell me I want to get out my job. So it's like, I mean, you guys know what you'd use the money for. And everybody's thinking, yeah, I'd buy a boat, or I'd get out my job, or I'd get that watch, or I'd get, whatever, whatever, whatever. And that vague language we call it, if you can do that, that's perfect. Makes you
Yeah.
relatable without giving much away as well.
Yeah, because
And
one of my friends, oh, sorry, go ahead,
no,
Eric.
go ahead, Laura. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, because a lot of, people that know me know what I'm talking about, but even some people that I do know, they thought that I was talking about like getting a new like a relationship, like looking for like dating or whatever. Some people knew I was talking about my late husband. Some people thought that that I was talking about just a new life in general, like business. I was referring to like business wise, you know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting how it kind of plays off about how they interpret it and they relate it to their
Yeah.
own life. Because my one friend who thought that I was talking about trying to find I'm just going to throw this out there, a new man or whatever, she had lost her boyfriend, you know what I mean? So it's interesting how it all kind of like how people interpret your story compared to what they're going through. So
It's a shame, but me, Eric, and Tommy are all with somebody. You know that, right? Just so
I know. It would be a hard decision to pick which, if you guys were
just
single, which one
making
I would
sure.
pick.
Just making sure. But I
You
used to
know what?
get.
You bring up a point, Laura, that something else that I used to do that worked pretty effectively is I never really there were a lot of times I did mystery posts where I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. And there's a way to do that. So, for example, if I was doing a short video and it was like I just wanted a hook, and it's like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like I just left the DMV and I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, but I was sat there for 3 hours before they finally saw me. It's been a heck of a day. But I tell you what, the only thing positive about today is I figured out a way to make extra money from home without talking to a single person. That is so awesome. So at least that happened for me today. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Take care. People are no One thing you can count on in this world is people are nosy. They want to know. I would get messages. What the heck are you talking about, Eric? What did you find that makes money without ever talking to anybody? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, I've got. And sometimes I wouldn't even tell them. Sometimes yeah, man, I'd make them reach out to me multiple times. I'd say, yeah, I found something really awesome. Or I didn't make them reach out, but I'd make them ask the same question multiple times. Yeah, I found something that kind of blew my mind. I can just if it's trading, obviously, I can sit here in the morning for about 45 minutes and I don't have to talk to a single soul. Open my phone or laptop and I can make money. Well, what is it, Laura? Okay.
Eric did a great one a few years ago, and it was along the lines of, "Well, I've been online now for 6 years or whatever it was at the time, and I've been with some companies, but I finally found my home. This is truly a game changer. I can't believe it. I'm blown away, and I know I'm going to be here forever." Made it completely up. How many comments did you get? You remember? There were probably 110 comments or something like that. What is it?
Yeah.
What business are you joining? And it was all. It's just. And I think you actually put. It's just to show you how easy it is to do this.
Right. Right. Yeah, it was just an example video, but
Yeah.
yeah, and I think I had 150
Yeah.
people, tons of people reaching out. But that's another thing. And guys, I was going to say this, and Paul, you can reiterate, but those of you who are doing both, Talk Fusion and the trading, if you're doing both, it's really a perfect combination. Because if I'm out talking to someone, they come to me through Talk Fusion, and I'm talking to them, and they're like, "Hey, I'm just really not interested in building or talking to anybody." Well, you've got a great transition over. Well, what if I could show you how to make money without having to trade or without having to talk to anybody, right? So you have the trading piece. You bring someone in the trading, and it's like, well, I'd love to get the four no more, but I'm really, you know, how can I do that? Well, here's a great little tool. I mean, here's something you can do if you don't want to be reaching out to all. I mean, you have a contact list, right? Well, and it doesn't have to be a video of you. It could just be a video explainer of the community and everything. And it's $20 a month. So, you think you could send out 10, 15, 20 emails to people a month, and let them know what you're up to and trading and all that. Maybe you'll get four from that and have this free. So it's okay. What I'm saying is it's okay to have multiple people will tell you no, don't have multiple income streams, and they're right in some cases. It's good to be focused, but at the end of the day, I think most people online, with the exception of a handful, are doing multiple things just because you can now.
Average millionaire has 7 income streams.
Right.
Says it there.
So, just I'm a tour guide. What do you want? I had a guy reach out the other day through our school, and he wasn't interested in the talk fusion. He goes, "Oh, I follow you on Paul." He's like, "I'm just not really interested in that." And I reached back. I just wrote back and I said, "Well, we do multiple things, so I'm not. Tell me what you're really looking for, what kind of business you're really looking for, because if we can help, we will. But I mean, I know quite a few people in the industry. I can direct you somewhere." And he reached back, and he's a crypto guy, and it's not something that we can help him out with, but I had a connection for him, and I reached out and said, "Okay, well, and I connected him with the guy I know and said, "Hey, this guy's interested in talking about this specific crypto thing." And I knew this guy handled it. So I connected them, and away we went. So to me, everybody's a good connect. Everybody is how can I get to know this person, whether I never do business with them or not? I want to connect with them or connect them to someone to help them, because at some point that may come back and help me. And it has many, many times where it's like 3 years later, hey, I reach out to them and they take my call or they take my text or they take my instant message because they remember me connecting with them and actually following through. I said I'm going to do this. I did it. I said I'm going to connect them with this person. I did it. I said I had a buddy of mine too. His mom had passed away, and she was with Coinbase, which is a U.S. based cryptocurrency platform, and he didn't know. He called them and they said, well, we can't, it's in your mother's name. And so he didn't know what to do, and he knew of me, and he knew him, and I went on ChatGPT, right, because he doesn't use AI, and it told me everything he needed to do. And I sent him back a whole thing that showed, hey, you got to fill out a form, you got to do this, this is what you got to do. His mom didn't have as much crypto as he hoped in there, but he was able to get in, and that same guy is a guy now that used to be in network marketing, doesn't do it anymore. But I've reached out and talked to him, and he's passed my information. He goes, well, my buddy's is still into big network marketing, and I told him how awesome you were, and I sent over your stuff, so you may be hearing from him. So all that from just helping him out. So you don't necessarily have to just, it's not all about pitching people. It's about just how many people can you get to know today? How many people can you connect with today? Because you're building your network. That's what you really should be thinking. You just every day I'm trying to build and grow my network, and reach out and connect with new people. And how can I help those people? In what way can I help those people? That's the way you should be thinking. But it took me a long time to get there. I came from a sales background, so same with Paul. So all I thought about is how do I get sales? That's all I ever thought about in the beginning. How do I get sales? How do I pitch this for? Oh, okay, next, the whole next. Well, I stopped saying next because I'm like, just because this person's not interested in what I'm doing, how crappy. I mean, it's happened to me, right? And you guys, where somebody will reach out to you, hey, how you doing? They're all nice. And then it's like, hey, and then all of a sudden they pitch you, and then you say, well, I'm not interested. And guess you never hear from them again. So what, I mean, I feel like, what am I? You must really think highly of me. You were saying nice things. I'm not interested in what you're doing. And now you don't even, where'd you go? You disappeared. You know what I mean? And go
Sometimes
ahead,
it's
Paul.
just timing, isn't it? It's just timing, isn't it, Eric? Sometimes it's just like they say no
Yeah.
now, but if you leave communication open, like Ray Dietrich, perfect. How many years is it?
Yeah. I mean, it's like Lori and West I didn't know who they were. I met them through Michael, another guy we know, Michael Bill, who's a big earner. And Michael, I mean, and I just stayed connected with them, you know what I mean? And then I helped both of them out. Hey, Eric, do you know any software that'll do this? I did that for months, and now we're working closely with them. We're talking about other projects that we can help them with as far as, marketing online and all that. And it just all came through a separate connection. and just helping people out. If you look at this Tuesday call is free. So how many people out there are struggling that you can invite to this? You know, it's free marketing, free training. It's not going to cost them a dime. How many people are paying right now? I promise you, there are people you're talking to out there that are paying hundreds of dollars. Bye, Helen. They're paying huge money for training, you know, and then come here for free.
So we can market you guys this training call then? I thought like I said, I thought it was just for us.
Yeah, so we started off doing it free to help build our brand a little bit. And then, like, if there's some software or something we're using, we could show it, and we could say, like, if you guys want it, here's our affiliate link if there's an affiliate link with it. And you notice we don't do that. It's only if there is something, right? So then we started doing it inside of PLS, but then we were finding it restrictive because we want to show you something that we had that worked, but other marketers are like, well, that's not fair because they're trying to poach customers for this or whatever. So we've took it back out and we're going back and we want to promote it more anyway. So yeah, you guys, if you want to promote this as a resource, go ahead, get people on. But just as long as you're aware, it's mine and Eric's. So use it to help you. But if we've got a tool or something, we're obviously, yeah, I suffer the same, Laura, with cats. One of my cats sent Eric a message earlier. It said VGTTGGV, whatever. So yeah, promote this if you want. Say, I'll get you on. You can come on if you want. Yeah, put the link out. Well, I'll probably put it on a page and make it better. Right, listen, guys, we've got 6 minutes left. Has anybody else got questions before I share? I've got a couple of bits.
I do. I've been, I had my call with West, and also, doing what you guys tell me to do. And I'm sorry. Get over there. And sorry about that.
Sorry.
And so, like with Paul, I mean, I watched your, the videos and making the connections and all that. And then, West is just, he's kind of like message
Aggressive.
people with this. And I just feel like I know that you guys are both successful. I know West is a millionaire and all that. At the same time, I kind of feel like some of my connections that I'm just asking, you want to make money, blah, 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 that it might be burnt out. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So,
I feel like.
Do you want to take this one, Eric?
I'll follow you. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say the first thing is, right, there's hunting and fishing,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what me and Eric do and what we're kind of teaching you, we're reaching out and just go and like and share and comment, and then they'll start to like and share and comment on you, and the ones that don't cross off your list, and the ones that do, you send a friend request in. That's fishing. You're putting bait out and you're hoping that people are coming to you. But if I'm starving and I want to eat now, I'm going to get a rifle, I'm going to go and hunt something and shoot it, right? That's the difference. Okay. And West is more 2 in 72. Could you imagine if every person got 2 people in 72 hours in whatever business?
Oh, yeah.
2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 1,024, 2,048, 4,096. It's at 8,000. Well, no, it's 11,000 something or other. Just goes crazy, right? Just goes crazy, right? And that's what West has done. He's got people into action. So when you go into your friends and family and these contacts that you've got, right, and you don't want to do it, it feels a bit aggressive. You got the question wrong. You said, do you want to make money? That isn't the question. What's the question? Who do you know? Hey, Laura, listen, could you do me a favor? Do you know anyone that's looking for a side hustle income at the minute? Well, what is it? Why are you interested? Well, it depends what it is. Oh, I didn't think for you, but I'll send you a link and you can check it out. Well, what can't you just tell me? Listen, I'm new to it. It's like a 4-minute long video. I guess not for you if you don't want the video. It's fine. And they'll send the video, right? The other thing that I learned from Ray Higdon, which is really good, if you've approached people before, hey, Laura, I've never come to you with anything like this before, but do you know anyone that's looking to make a side hustle income at the minute?
Okay.
Yeah. And that is, if someone put a gun to your head and said, Laura, you got to get 2 people in 72 hours, you would not be liking and sharing and commenting on people's posts. I'll tell you now. You would be messaging them, "Hey, I'm really in a fix. I need some help. Who do you know who'd be looking for a side hustle income?" That's what West is teaching basically. It's not. It comes across as a little aggressive, but I had sales targets when I was in sales. I know Eric must have had sales targets when he was in sales. Do you think? Do you think you could? We went to our bosses. Well, we've made some networks. We built our networks, boss. Made some connections. It's been a great week. We drove out a bit. We stopped for lunch at a nice little place by the lake. But we haven't made any sales this week. Oh, that's fine, boys. Don't worry about it. That's treating it like a business. Do you know what I mean? That's what West is doing, is treating it like a business.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that, you know, what Wes is trying to do is get people in action quickly because he understands. Obviously, Lori is built through social media, um, you know, by engaging and putting content out there, right? But that takes time, right? That's something that. So I did both, right? I put content out regularly because I just enjoyed it. I had fun with it, but I never really thought about the content in the beginning making me money. I just because I didn't have that mindset. I'm like, I got to talk to people because I had a sales. I'm like, if I talk to 100, if I've talked to 100 people this week or three people, I'm probably going to have a better week if I talk to 100 people than the three, right? So that was my mentality. So I was doing both. I treated the content as fun because I didn't really believe anybody anyway. I was like, nobody's going to care about my stuff, but you keep telling me to put stuff on YouTube and do all this stuff, whatever. Honestly, that's how I felt. I'm like, it's not going to work, but I'll do it anyway because that's what you're telling me to do, right? So I put my content out every week, whatever, videos, but I focused on connecting with people and reaching out to people. And I sucked in the beginning. I was a total, yeah, I mean, I pitched people, I did all the stuff. But then I just realized like this is a different world. I need to be more mysterious. I need to just connect with people. I need to just, like you said, that's a soft end question. Do you know anybody? Or I always ask people for help because you can walk out and ask, I can walk out and ask 20 people, approach them and say, can you help me? We're designed to help people. Most people are not going to go, no, get away from me, loser. They're going to go, and they may not help you, but what are they going to say? Well, what do you need? What do you need? What can I help you with? So I just use that a lot in the beginning. I say, hey, man, can you help me? I'm trying to
Robert
build this.
Hollis does that. That's
Yeah,
what he's made over 50 million online. That's what Robert Hollis does. Hey, Eric, could you help me?
yeah.
Well, what is it?
And I would take from them. I'd say, you're probably not going to be interested in this. So even to take his thing further, I would say maybe, hey, you are probably not going to be interested in this, which is totally fine. But do you know anybody right now that's looking to make a little extra money on the side? Through an online business that they can just all they need is about an hour a day. I'm working with a couple of people right now that are helping me out. They've done really well. I mean, now I've totally diffused it. Can you help me? And this probably you're probably not going to be interested, but maybe somebody. You know, I promise you they're going to go. The first thing they're going to say is, well, what is it? And I'd come back and say, well, again, you're probably not going to be interested, and that's fine. But let me go ahead and, if you don't mind taking a look at it, and if anybody pops in your head, or anybody looking to make some side money right now, just let me know. I'm happy to reach out to them, and that's it. And leave it at that. You know what I mean? Oh, okay, yeah, I don't think it's something I'd want to do, or I'm not sure I know anybody. Well, that's cool. If anybody pops in your head, let me know. Otherwise, I appreciate your help. Have a good day. That's it.
So then
It's
you do two different inquiries. Like you'll say, can you help me? And then you wait for a response, and then you go into, is that how you do it?
Or but I might write it all out. Hey, can you help me? I've got something I don't think you'd be that interested in, but maybe
Hmm.
you can help me, and somebody,
Okay.
because that's going to immediately get them to go, well, what do you, don't assume I'm not interested in something, Lord. I mean, that's the way
People kind
what?
of get all offended, don't they?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, what do
Do you
you mean?
mean?
Like we used to say that in high ticket. Well, this is probably, this is, I used to do that. I say, well, this is kind of high ticket. So well, what's high ticket? Well, you're probably not going to be interested in it. It's high ticket. Well, What do you mean high ticket? Well, it's like $2,000. So you, and then they would get it like, what do you mean? You don't think I can afford $2,000? I'll show you. It's
When I worked
just
at PC World, Eric, that was one of the things we used to say to people on a lot of the top end systems. If you can't afford it, we've got and people,
right.
no, where's my wallet?
What do you mean I can, Paul? But yeah, I mean, take it off of them. It doesn't have to be on them, and be okay and let them know, like, look, it's okay. I'm not here to pitch you. I mean, I when people reach out to me, I know they're a pro by the way they talk to me. You know what I mean? And I know they're a pro by the way they leave the conversation because they're like, "Hey, thanks so much. It's been great connecting with you." And then that person I'll see, all of a sudden they'll come and they'll engage on some of my content. And I'm like, okay. And then immediately I want to build a relationship with that person because I know that they're doing it right. Like they're a great connector and they're doing it right, versus the person. But see, the other side's great for me too. If they're total like pitch me all that, they may not be ready now, but I know that I remember Diane Hockman. If any of you guys know her, she's like a legend in our space. I was pitching her hard, and I didn't know who she was, and she actually got on the phone with me. I don't know why, and she got on the phone. She said, "Eric, I don't." She goes, I just I see something in you," and I was like, "Who's this lady think she is? See something in me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I see something in you, Eric, and I think you can be successful in this industry. But what you're doing, you know, um, what's your background?" I told her, "Sales." She says, "What you're doing, you're never going to be successful in this business. And I really think you have I see you out here. You have the work ethic, you have the drive. I see you. I looked and you put this content out, but you're doing it all wrong." And it wasn't a nice conversation. I was like, screw you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who you think you are. And then boom, that ended the call. Well, it didn't end nice. When I speak to her, it's funny because we talk about this. And then I started looking at her content, watching it, and I reached back out to her and connected and started completely changing the way I went to the market. I started learning attraction marketing. I didn't know anything about it at the time. And her and I are, friends to this day online, but she gave me the smackdown. And you know, I needed it. I needed someone to do that. So, when people are pitching you or doing all that, if they're hungry, I'm going to follow them. If I see them out taking action, that's what I always look for. Somebody who's taking action, somebody out there trying to reach out, somebody trying to, put content out there. I mean, these are the people that are going to make it. Um, and that's how I connected with so many people today, because I used to connect with all those people and a lot of them left, but a lot of them become six figures, seven figure earners, you know, um, that I knew when they were like me, just a bunch of idiots trying to figure this thing out. So yeah, I mean, just don't be stressed out about it. Just diffuse it. It's cool. Just have that attitude, like it's cool, man.
Okay.
It's like if you know what I mean, Laura. And I
Yeah.
think, I think you're getting there. I think, just 3 weeks ago, you didn't want to put content up. Now it's like you're probably getting a lot more comfortable with it now.
Yeah.
So just
Mhm.
where are you going to be 30 days from now and 60 days from now, 90 days? You're going to be on the Zoom teaching other people how to do it. You know what I mean? That's the
Mhm.
reality, So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox, but
Thank you.
yeah.
So a couple of things before I forget, and maybe that would be it unless anyone's got another question. But talking about engagement. Now, I don't know why I remember because it doesn't really bother me, but last year, my birthday, I got 83 people comment happy birthday, Paul, on my timeline, right? And I wasn't doing any engagement, right? This year, I've been engaging for a little bit, and I got 281 people message me or post on my timeline, happy birthday. 281 from 83, right? That's the power of engaging. And I'm still getting them today. Happy belated birthday. These are all connections, and it's triggering because I'm engaging with them, and it's reaching out more. The other thing is, Eric, we just got another subscriber from the Facebook ad. So we're testing a Facebook ad, and we're giving away Laura's blueprint, and we'll see how that goes. And hopefully we'll be able to use that to build up a network from that and follow up with these people. But getting in mind what we said, we're targeting network marketers. So although we're offering Laurie's blueprint as the lead magnet, because what network marketer wouldn't want to learn from somebody who's making $110,000 a month? Do we have to sell them Talk Fusion if that's not the right thing for them? Maybe Jiffy would be a better fit for them. Maybe HBA, maybe PLS, maybe whatever. Do you see we've got options? Yeah. So that's the advantage of focusing on a target audience and then providing things that help them or solve their problems. Right. Any other questions before we wrap it up? Thank you, Deborah. See,
I think next week, Paul, we go over the learn, do, teach methodology,
learn, do,
because
teach, yeah.
I think that getting content out about yourself and all that is, you want to do that. Obviously connecting and reaching out and hunting, you want to do that, but you also want to be a person that creates value for the marketplace. And that's where you learn something, you do it, you actually do it, and then you teach it. A lot of people are scared to do a lot of people just learn, they're learners, they never do. But then you have most people that just learn and do, and then they're terrified to think, well, I got to be an expert to go teach it. No, you don't. If you learn a new tool, like you're using Opus, right, Laura? Like, how many people out there right now are trying to build a business that have no clue that Opus even exists or what it can do for them, right? So anything that you're doing, that you're learning, you can turn around and educate and share with other people. So if I'm an Opus expert, that video may not help me, but I promise you there's 10,000 other people that haven't even heard what is Opus? What is that thing? Yeah, I'm doing videos. I didn't know it could do all that. What are you learning on AI? So you can turn around and teach those things. And and Paul's been great with that. I mean, he's a big teacher. I used to do more of that years ago, but Paul's consistently shares value. Hey, here's how I do this here for free. Here's how I'm doing this. There's probably so many people out there we don't know that are using strategies and things that we've taught that we've never done business with, but they know who we are, and a lot of those people have joined us in business because they have taken value and said, all right, you guys are giving back to the marketplace. So that's another strategy we should probably start
Yeah, no,
teaching
I
as
agree.
well.
It's a good one. And I love to teach, and it kind of sets you up as the expert. And when you think, yeah, but people will know that, surely. This is how to make a cup of tea. 573,000 views, 121,000 views. Right, this is the most basic thing to a British person. 1.3 million views, how to make a cup of tea. 164,000. So never assume that people are, surely they'll know how to make a cup of tea. 2.6 million views, 387,000 views on the most basic of basic things.
Now think about this: how to make tea while trading forex in the morning. You know, oh yeah, there you go. How about that video, right? It's be creative, have fun, go look at stuff. What are people watching? How to sit on my rocking chair retired, while trading forex in the morning. You know what I mean? So have fun with it, right? Have fun. Yeah, you're muted, Laura, but yeah, I mean, if you love to cook and all that, I mean, have fun with it. Here's how I cook, whatever, while I'm sending out using my video email tool. It's like, huh? So yeah.
Save 8 hours a week, man. Oh no, sorry, that's an ad. How to calculate the right lot size for forex trading? 434,000 views. Most people would consider that fairly basic, and he probably just shows you how to use a position size calculator. 51,000 views in a year. How to calculate lot sizes in forex. This is, it's just crazy. What does long mean in forex? Long position versus short position, long trading versus short trading, trading for beginners, 40,000 views.
Wow.
To explain what long and short is. 40, I'll let that sink in again. Right, long trade versus a short trade explained in less than 4 minutes, 6 years old mind, but 431,000 views. God, Eric, I wish we'd done this.
And I used to use what's popular out there. You can go to ChatGPT now. Let's say what's a popular movie that's happening right now. Think about this. The trailers are going everywhere. They're spending millions of dollars to brand this new movie that's coming out. And now I go to ChatGPT and I say, well, let's say it's Monster, right? The with the Ed Gein guy, right? The horror movie. What I learned. A strategy I used, I learned watching Monster with Ed Gein for my trading, whatever. And so what you're doing is you're piggybacking off of all of that marketing that's going on. I used to do that with hot trending topics. What's hot today? What's on people's minds? What's happening in the world? And I would cross-reference the two things to come up with a marketing pitch. You know what I mean? Because people, and you can create images now and everything that would coincide, marry the two things together for your marketing, and more people will go, what, because that's going to catch them. They're already thinking, you know what I mean? Like how many that, are, if your target is say Gen X, what, say, compare something that a Gen Xer would think, like, you know what I mean? Like it could be anything, like, I miss my cassette player. I think to my cassette player now after, sitting here and having an automated tool that does all the trading for me, how long we've come, how far we've come, as Gen Xers. And so you're relating to them on that, but you're also plugging your product, service, or opportunity inside it, but you're entertaining people, right? We used to call it educate educatement, or yeah,
Edutainment.
anyway,
Yeah, edutainment.
yeah. But be different. Be different. Don't just be, you know what I mean? Be crazy. Be different. What do you love? What are your passions? How can you take your passion and incorporate it in? Because one guy told me, we're going to get off here, years ago, right? He was a gamer guy, but he used to sell affiliate products. And he's like, they ask him, who's your target audience? And he says, well, I mean, he goes, to me, you would think it's just gamers and all that, right? He goes, my target audience is every human, every male or female human, adult. He goes, I haven't, there's a few out there, but I haven't met any adult that would turn down extra money. So I'm showing people how to make extra money. So I don't care what they are. I don't care if they're a network marketer, real estate agents, or, they're on the back of a trash, heap. I mean, there's not that many that if I ask, would you like to, anybody that like to make some extra money, or you, there's not that many that are going to say, well, what do you got going on? They're at least going to ask. Right. So anyway, we're just talking away today, but
Yeah, we
we'll
are.
go through some of that next week.
Good ideas. Thank you.
We've been
Yeah.
on an hour and 15, so we should probably
Okay. Thanks,
people
guys.
breathe. So see you next week.
Yep.
I'm
Take care.
really fired up at the minute. So any questions, don't hesitate. Reach out and let's get you sorted. Let's get you two. Let's get you two going.
Cool.
Tommy's not
Thanks.
going to because he's asleep. But apart from that,
Bye, guys.
He is sleeping.
I know we say such interesting things.
Nap time.
Okay. Nap time. Okay, guys.
Bye.
See you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
See